This has got to be one of the most beautiful seeds I've ever seen. Hello and welcome to another Minecraft Bedrock Seed Showcase, and this one is incredible. As I mentioned, it is beautiful. The scenery back in that direction, just crazy. I just fell in love with this seed. Now, what is the seed? This one is LogicalGeekBoy, and you know what? The spawn is very interesting too. So let's take a look, and first thing we notice is we spawned right next to this ravine. It's not just any ravine, it's actually a double ravine that happens to be split by this river. Nothing special in here, it's just a regular old ravine. Now from up here we can see that we've got lots of savanna. Looks like we've got plains over here. There's ocean down there. Lots of desert, shattered savanna, and badlands way over there. Of course, the first thing that would draw your attention are the mountains in this direction. So it's not too far from spawn. We've got these desert mountains, which is really interesting. And then, of course, the shattered savanna. I absolutely love shattered savanna biomes. And you can see this one is actually quite extensive. Fills a big area. And we even have this portal right here. Just sitting right in the side of this mountain. If you turn around, we've got a ravine right here. So I've got lots of interesting landscapes right around this area. I just love it. Now just over in this direction in the desert mountains, we got this crazy one here. It's like just one great big tunnel through this mountain. The spawn is just over there. And if we come over here, we've got this ravine right here. Looks like we've got a mine shaft in here, which is great to see. And look at these caves. Cave system is crazy here, and this goes down right down to diamond level. You should be able to find some diamonds somewhere around here, most likely, but not too far off from here. We're just gonna head off deeper into the desert. This way. Nope, this way. Let's go the other way. We're gonna find something that's a little bit hidden right here. It's a desert temple, almost completely buried. Now if we head off a little farther off from that mountain over here, we come across this nice ravine. Now it looks fairly standard when you look at it at first glance, doesn't it? But over here we've got some nice caves, and I like this here. This looks like it's a great place to build in. Just a nice cave system. Easy entrance over here as well. I love this kind of ravine. Now let's take a look at our top 5 highlights. And this one has some really nice ones. So the first one is this village here. It's a savanna village. We've got an outpost right there. And it looks like we've got mines. So right here, there's an entrance to a mine right here. And of course, as this is really close to the Badlands, you of course have a lot of things to find. A lot of mines, a lot of gold. This is kind of interesting here too. And this is easy to get. Look at this. What's in here? Oh, looks like we got some stuff. But if we head a bit towards the outpost, we come across a little hole here. We're going to drop down in there. Actually, I dug the hole, but we are in what looks like... Oh, look at that. It's a stronghold with a portal. Unfortunately, it doesn't have any Eyes of Ender in it. Highlight number 2 is a little bit spread out, but it's a really nice area in the desert, if you like the desert. We've got this nice coastal desert village. Just be careful. There's a lot of holes that go down deep. We've got a portal right over here. And we have an outpost right over here. Now, this is all fairly coastal as well. But keep going this way. We have another coastal desert village. This one is a bit bigger, and I like how this looks. This one's really interesting. Highlight number 3 just illustrates how beautiful the seed is. That was highlight number 1 right over there. If we come over here, we've got this incredibly deep ravine. I'm not going to go down there very far because it takes a while to get back up, but it goes down really deep. There's a lot of caves in here, and I'm sure lots of gold too, since it's in the mesa or badlands. But right over here nearby we have eroded badlands, which is another one of my favorite biomes. This one is quite big. Just amazing. I love the scenery. It seems like these badlands have a lot of yellow terracotta. Very interesting. And number 4, not too far off from the eroded badlands, we have not just 1, but we have 2 and 3 ravines in 3 different biomes. So this one's in a plains biome. This one is massive, incredibly wide. We've got one in Savanna, which is split by a river, kind of a narrow one. And then we have this narrow one, and it's not so deep, but this one is in the desert. It's kind of interesting seeing it like that, but this is an incredible one here. Highlight number 5 illustrates the beauty of this seed. Now, this is actually part of the shattered savanna, but this is way over at the edge here. This really nice valley in here would be amazing to build in. It's so green, it's almost like it looks tropical. If you could just light this area up, that would be great. We've got this, tons of little waterfalls. This is a really secluded area, which would be great for like a hidden base. But I just love the greenness around here. Just amazing. Now let's take a tour of the rest of the seed. Now this is the northwest, and it is probably the most beautiful area in the seed, arguably. So near our first highlight, we've got this really, really deep ravine. This one cuts right into this hill right here. And I don't know, this might be not really close to a record, but really deep though. And what is this? What do you know? It's a second ravine. So this is actually a double ravine. Very interesting. Here's a fairly spread out savanna village right here. Pretty nice, but just come over here and there's a really deep cave, which has probably one of the easiest to access mine shafts that I've seen in a cave. It's right here. Look at that. But there is a lot of gravel you're going to have to get through to begin with. There's a lot of gravel in here. And next to this massive gorge, I love this. This is like a canyon right here. It's amazing. If we come over here, we've got a ruined portal right next to it. Now let's head off to the northeast, which is dominated by desert and ocean. Now this was highlight number 2 over here, and we just visited this village with the mine shaft over there. Here is a really big ravine. That seems to be pretty common in this seed. Lots of wide ravines, and I would love to build in one of these. A little ways away from that big ravine is another one. This one looks like it's a bit narrower, but if we go down, we will see a lot of caves. This would be great for exploring. Just come in here and I'm sure you'll find some diamonds. In fact, let's go over here. And we've got this little ways to go in here. There's a creeper, and There we go. Some diamonds just for you. There is some greenery in the northeast, and we also have this ravine right here, which seems to be a little bit hidden. Not so much, but looks like it goes down quite a ways, and lots of caves. Now, this is an interesting area right down here, but be careful. We got gravel again. Out in the ocean, we've got this underwater portal. If we go over here, we can find a shipwreck right here. So it looks like this one is a partial shipwreck. Now let's head on to the southwest, which has an amazing view. This is a great spot. I mean, the shattered savanna, the mountains, well, the desert mountains, and the badlands right here. But we've got this really big zombie savanna village. If only this had been a regular village, this would have been a great place to set up. And this one is all over the place. It's up in the mountains too. It's just too bad it's a zombie village. But great view. Next to highlight number 5, right there, we've got this ravine. And over here in the mesa, right next to some dark oak, we've got this incredibly deep ravine. It cuts right through this mountain. Now that's just crazy. And it looks like it's desert on that side, but this is so deep. If I can get out of the lava. Yeah, there's probably a lot of diamonds somewhere around here, if we could find any. Not right on the outside, but you can probably dig and find some. If you want some treasure, you can find some in this desert temple, which is not too far off from this, unfortunately, zombie desert village. It's actually a pretty good size. That is a big village. Too bad it's not, too bad it's a zombie village. I'd love to remake this one. But don't worry, they're not all zombie villages. This one is a regular village and incredibly compact. This is interesting. It's got a lot in it, but it's tiny. And now let's head off to the southeast, which has so many things to see. We're going to start off with these 2 blocks of crying obsidian. There's a portal in here somewhere. That's interesting. But not too far off, we have this desert temple, which is nice to see. And from that desert temple, we find this curious looking split ravine. It looks like it's a failed lake right here. Well, it's a bit of a lake here, but it completely split this ravine, which I find interesting. But it's okay, you can actually pass through and get between the 2 sides. But this comes down pretty far, so it's right at diamond level. Now over here, you can see that ravine. Spawn is just right over here, so we're just beyond the 300 blocks that I designate for the immediate area for spawn. But we've got another ravine right here. Just like that ravine, this one has a mine shaft. And it makes me wonder if this is the same mine shaft. More desert stuff. We've got this temple right here. This outpost, which can be used as a landmark. It's quite easy to see it from many places. You can still see the outpost. Well, here's a portal. And here's the desert temple that we saw from the outpost. Here's a fairly small desert village. And finally, another small desert village with what looks to be a blacksmith. Well, there are a few things missing, so we're going to have to go beyond 1,000 blocks to see some of these things. So let's take a look. So you have to go quite a ways to get to the Ocean Monument, which is right here. It's over 1,000 blocks to the south and almost 2,000 blocks to the east. You'll have to go 10,000 blocks south and around 8,500 blocks to the west to find our mansion. Yeah, but this one has a little feature on the side. Just a little ravine which goes right up to the edge here, but just don't fall in. Now let's check out what's in the Nether. So we come out in what seems to be, it's fairly open here. It's a bit covered, but it seems that we don't have many ways to go because there's walls all over the place. So there does appear to be a bit of a dangerous thing here. We got gas. Huge lava fall as well. So to get out, this is the most obvious direction. And it looks like mostly nether wastes. And a fortress. Yeah, we've got a fortress very close by. And this looks like it's a pretty big one. Lots of stuff to see here. And let's see if I can find the... if there's an exposed spawner, there it is. All right. So this is pretty lucky. We've got a fortress very close by. Now, if we continue on in the same direction that we were originally going, we are going to cross a lot of lava. But we should see... yes. We have Soul Sand Valley right here and Basalt Delta. So we've got those two biomes. So we're back at the portal. We went that way, so let's go this way instead. Have to go up here. Let's see what we've got in this direction. And it seems a lot of nether wastes. And, there we go. We've got a warped forest right over here. And if we go a little bit further, we've got Basalt Delta again. So we've got more Basalt Delta, which is quite nice. Now let's try going in the opposite direction. So the portal's there. We haven't gone this direction. Let's see what's over here. And right away, we've got a Crimson Forest. Let's see if there's anything further along. It's a fairly large Crimson Forest, actually. And we get into a Soul Sand Valley. And it goes down with a very, very large lava ocean. Back at the portal, there's one other direction we haven't gone. So let's just turn this way. And it looks like, oh, yeah, there is an opening here. So if we can find Basalt Delta right here. And it looks like it keeps going. Right into more Soul Sand Valley. It seems like we've got a lot of Soul Sand and Basalt Delta in this seed. If we continue from this Soul Sand Valley, let's just turn this way. I'm going to keep going. And we've got to avoid some stuff here. If we can get through here, that would be wonderful. There we go. We can. It looks like it. Maybe. It's a little bit complicated getting through this part of the Nether, it appears. So, yeah, we'll have to turn around here. And there it is. We have found the nearest bastion to the spawn portal. And it looks like, it's one of these. Okay. Great big open space inside here. And that is the LogicalGeekBoy seed. Not much in the way of forests. Oh, you can see some there. But the landscape is just amazing. I just love the area that's behind me over there. It just looks absolutely amazing. So let me know where you would like to build in this seed if you want to build in it. And you can let me know in the comment section below. If you liked the video, then please give it a thumbs up. And if you're interested in seeing some more Minecraft Bedrock Seed videos, then please consider subscribing. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.